Today, who came in today, he threw for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, all in the fourth quarter. Led his team to the victory in the fourth quarter. We'll start with Coach Vick.
Yeah, obviously a tough game. It took 5 quarters to win it, but the guys that we have in that locker room, Otto, included, and being at the forefront as a leader, as a guy that this team look up to, I'll take these guys to war anywhere in terms of football battle. There's things that we got to correct as far as penalties. I thought we put ourselves in bad positions, a couple times in the game. And, I won't say too much other than, I thought, in the second half we was able to run the ball effectively. I felt like we needed a spark. I knew at some point we needed a spark. We needed just some energy that I can go to this guy to my right, your left. And, I just appreciate him just hanging in there, being patient, trusting the process, as we always say. And, I'll let him speak to that in a second. But, him on top of the guys in the locker room all believe in the product that we're trying to put on the field. I was just ecstatic about the way we finished tonight, and hopefully it will be the first of many. But we just got to get back to work. We got to watch it, correct it, make corrections, and just continue to learn. So we feel like we can teach off what the guys are learning, and we're just gonna keep it simple and go from there.
We'll open up the floor for questions now for either Coach Vick or Otto Coach.
For Coach, how does it feel to officially get that first win?
It feels good. I take no credit away from Virginia State. They played a hell of a game. Like I said, we shot ourselves in the foot a lot of times. You always wish that you would have won the first one, but man, better late than never. I'm just glad that we got out of the stadium with a win, and we just got to keep pushing, keep trying to get better each and every week, and not make football so hard sometimes, because we make it hard when you got 16 penalties. I think it was 15 or 16. I don't know where it's at on the sheet, but there was 16 penalties, and so when you add up the yardage, that's about 150 yards just going backwards, and so we can't do that. We got to negate those and just find ways to stay ahead of the change.
Coach, you talked about earlier this week about the fans getting into the game and so they got to the game. What do you think about the fan support, just the excitement in the stadium today?
Yeah, I thought the fan support today was amazing. Obviously, with it being a rivalry, that was going to be amped up a little bit. But we appreciate that. Like I said, we needed a spark. We needed some energy. And when you get into a game where you got to come back, you got to make plays, that usually gets the crowd going. And this guy right here, man, he gave us the energy we needed. Came in, was poised, efficient, confident, and you can just see that it spills over to his teammates. And so, I'm glad to have him as our quarterback.
For Otto, what's the feeling of that second half and coming out with a dub for you guys?
It's unexplainable. We've been waiting on it for a long time. I was sitting back waiting for my opportunity to make a difference. They called my name in the fourth quarter. I had to come in and finish the game for them. It's a great feeling, though.
You like to close it.
Closing picture, I call it, I guess so.
And in just all honesty, I asked him, I came to him, I looked him in his eyes, and I said, I don't want to put you in an unfortunate, vulnerable position like I did last week. What do you want to do? He looked me in my eyes, he said, whatever you want to do, coach him down. And so it wasn't that possession, it was actually a possession later, but it goes to show the type of resolve that he has and the heart that he takes.
A huge smile. Talk to me about what's running through your mind in that moment as you're waving that flag and celebrating with you guys.
I mean, I love what I'm doing. I love being around these guys every day. I love coming in, trying to find ways to motivate them, push them to be better players, better men. And so, that's our moment. It's a moment that we have. They actually put the flag in my hand. They wanted me to do that. They find ways to make me open up and be less serious all the time. And so, it's always good when they make me smile. And like I say, that's what teamwork is all about. That's what this opportunity that we have together to do something special, we feel is going to continue to add up to. So we just We'll take it one game at a time, one day at a time, enjoy this. And I'm going to get him out of here, man, because I know he probably want to get some rest and go celebrate.
Coach, can you talk about the toughness and tenacity of this team? I mean, you can practice 2-minute drills, you can practice that overtime, but to do it and get in it, how special is that now early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, some of these situations we just can't duplicate. Like in practice, we don't have enough time to go through, overtime session. We can only talk through it. We don't have time to, go through a third and long situation unless we create the situation. And so, I'm always challenging them based off my past experiences playing football. I try to put them in those situations or at least talk to them about it. And so they're very smart young men. They get it. They understand it. And so we just trying to make sure that every time we step on the field, from a mental standpoint, we understand what to do, because we know from a physical standpoint we know what to do. But it's all about, the mental capacity that you bring to the game. It's really not the physical.
Now, obviously, Izzy came in and auto finished. Where's your mind at on that right now?
Yeah, we got to make the decision that's best for the team moving forward. And like I said, I told y'all last week, there was a guy who can make those decisions and understand what it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to look is me. And so, we're looking at a quarterback who just won a game, coming from behind, going in 2 weeks in a row, in adverse situations and finding ways to win. And it's a lot to learn from. We want our quarterback room to be vibrant. We want all our quarterbacks to be ready to play. But I do know that Otto has put himself in an amazing position to continue to move forward and compete. And we just we'll take it one day at a time. But get used to seeing it.
And we talked about this last week as well. But what's that mean?
This is a team effort. When you look at the game of football, if you're not getting what you need or what you're looking for, you got to go find it. And that's the type of coach I'm gonna always be. I won't shy away from it. I know how to handle these guys one-on-one. And I know they respect it and appreciate it. And Otto and I had great conversation this week, some good, some bad. But that's what it's all about. It's all about growing. And we appreciate it, we respect the process, and I expect Israel to do the same. He has a veteran quarterback in front of him that he can learn from, pick his brain in terms of things that's happening. And what better opportunity do you have to be a vicarious learner? And so you never know when your opportunity is going to come. I tell all of them, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I tell our whole team that. So anybody can play. The best person, the best players are going to play. And that's just the way it's got to be. I can't take any shortcuts when it comes to that.
Mike, what word would you use to describe when the field goal went through the uprights? What word would you use to describe that?
Thank you, Jesus. This one is over. But man, this is what I signed up for. Winning's not easy. I told the team that we're learning how to win. You got to learn how to win. And so I think this will put us in a position where, if we face some adversity down the road, we'll know how to, accept it. And for our team, man, we got to work on the little things. I think once we cut back on the little things and continue to trust one another, trust our technique, play with pad level, do the things that we know are going to keep us ahead of the chains, we're going to be a dangerous football team. And so I'm looking forward to next week and the week after and the week after, but we're going to take it 1 week at a time.
Last two questions.
Can you talk about the support from the fans? Like, you're walking off the field and you're coming through the tunnel back to the locker room. Can you just talk about the fan support that you've been getting these past 2 weeks?
Yeah, just for our team, man. They support these guys. They play hard. And so for us to get the fan support, we feel like we work hard for that. And like I said, these guys have worked their butts off since January, man. And they put themselves in a position where they deserve the good that's coming for them. And so we just want to continue to have the crowd participation, continue to make you guys proud, make them proud, and just like I said, take it 1 day at a time.
And once again, congratulations to Mike Vick for getting his first win over Virginia State, who has joined Division I from Division II this year. And if you see the stats for Norfolk State, 173 for Otto, nice rushing, great distribution. You've seen 10 carries by somebody, 9, 3, 3, 5. So it's definitely going to be a running back by committee, receivers 5, 4, 3, 3, 3. So they spread it around. That's one thing we already seen about Mike Vick's team. They're spreading the ball around. You're not going to have one person that's just going to be the star on a receiver and a running back. Everybody's going to get the ball. Everybody's going to get opportunity to shine. It's going to be split, and that's one thing that I think a lot of people are going to like as they start learning more about how Michael Vick is doing. And I love what he said too. Is just like, and he had conversations, good and bad. If you're not performing, you're not going to be out there. No hard feelings, but it's just how it got to be. You know, he's trying to win games. So love that approach that he's taking. But man, y'all let me know what y'all think about what he said in the comment section, just the overall game from Norfolk State. But I know who it is. I'm out.